family, thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate you. Yes, you for taking on the YouTube journey with me. If it is your first time watching, I am Schnoldine. I'm an accountant and an IRS enrolled agent. Without wasting any more time, let's go into the video. All right, so as an accountant, I deal a lot with small businesses based on my experience. So I will share 10 common mistakes I see most startup companies or most startup business owners, entrepreneurs, they make. Number one mistake, it's commingle. So commingle is when you mix business activities with personal activities. So I see a lot of business owners, they make that mistake. Or small businesses, they make that mistake. So you check their business account and you check, like, for example, the business account, you see, like, for example, Costco, they had a party at their house, they purchased Costco. In that business account, it's like, the business is a separate entity, it's not you. So it's very important when you have a business account, you keep it fully separate. Or if you do not have a business account for your business, you should go ahead and register or open up a bank account for the business. It's just easier, especially when if you get audited. So it's easier to trace, it's easier to track back. It's just easier. It's just the proper things to do. We'll learn more about breaking the corporate veil, piercing the corporate veil. So we'll learn more why this is important to have a separate business account for the business. So again, it's very important, especially if it's a business owner that deals with cash a lot. So sometimes you ask them how much the business make, they do not know. What are your expenses? They don't know. And then when it comes to taxes, and they're all overwhelmed, they're trying to figure out putting things together. When you ask them for a number, they look in the ceiling, they're trying to give it to you, and it's tough for them too. And one thing too, I've seen a lot of small entrepreneurs or small business owners, when it comes to filing their taxes, most of the time they are behind because they mix everything together. So that's one of the problems. So it's commingle. Business is business. Yourself is yourself. So if you have a business transaction, let it go through the business account, not the personal account, but a business account. So one thing I strongly advise all my business owners, once I register a business for you, I have the tax ID, I register with the state, I have you open up a bank account. So it's very important because sometimes you see cigarettes, for example, in the business account. Your business don't smoke? No. So what is cigarettes is doing in your business account? I know it doesn't say cigarettes, but you guys know what I mean. So that's number one. Number two, the second mistake, it's lack of control. What do I mean by that? You do not have control. You don't know how much income, you don't know how much expenses, you don't know if you're at a loss, you don't know if you're at a profit. A lot of sometimes business owners, they come to me, oh, the business is not doing well. Do you have any other job? No. Are you homeless? No. You renting? Yes. Or I own a home. How do you pay your mortgage? All through the business. How the business? So it's because they don't have control. They mix everything. Again, that was number one mistake. Number two is like lack of control. They don't know. They don't have any control. They don't know how much income. They don't know how much expenses. And one thing I've realized too, most of the entrepreneurs, when they have a tendency to be behind in the tax returns. Why? It's just overwhelmed. It's too overwhelmed because they don't have their bookkeeping in order. They don't have controls in the business. Meaning, when I say control, it's hard because I understand when you are a business owner, you have to wear many hats. So not only you are let's say a restaurant, you are the chef. And sometimes when you're just starting out, you cannot afford to pay people. You are doing your own bookkeeping. You are paying all the bills. You are doing this. You are your own administrative assistant. You're everything. So I understand it's hard, and it's hard to keep control. So that's number two. So it's important. Control. Number two. Number three, it's compliance. So it's important to be in compliance when you have a business. Why is it important? Not only is the proper things to do, and then the one very important reason why it's important to be in compliance is, like I mentioned before, not to break the corporate veil. What is that? So let's say you do hair. You do not register a business. You're just operating on your own personal name. So let's say you burn somebody here, I don't know, you were putting a relaxer, the person got burned, or what have you, whatever the problem is. So that person can sue you and go after your personal. So after your personal assets, what you have, your bank account, if you own a home, all that. But if you register an LLC, you have limited liability. LLC or a corporation, if you register a business, a proper business entity, so you have limited liability. So like your liability, if there's something if something happens in the business, they just can sue the business and go after the business assets, not your personal. So but when you're not in compliant, they call that breaking or piercing. They give it different name. You can hear different terms like breaking the corporate veil, piercing it, tearing it apart like the corporate veil. They give it different names. So that means if something happens, if you're not in compliance, they can go after your personal. Even if you have a corporation, a LLC, yes, creditors can go after you if they can prove to the court and that you are not in compliance. The business is not a separate entity. So it's important to file your annual reports, to pay your sales tax, to do this, being compliant. So that was number 3. So the fourth mistake, spend money that's not yours. What do I mean by that? For example, let's say you make $100 in your business. A lot of time, let's say you purchase things, merchandise. So you purchase things to resell. So that $100, it's not all yours. A lot of them, they spend that. It's not all yours. Some of it is cost of goods sold, like the merchandise you purchase, and then you have to pay the taxes on the part of it too. Is the taxes, the income tax you have to pay on it too. It's important to properly allocate the income that you make. Cost of goods sold, like I said, the merchandise you purchase. For example, let's say you buy something for $40, you sell it for $100. So you don't make $100. So it's really, your profit is $60. Well, $60, that's the difference between the cost and how much you sell it for. But in that $60, so you have to pay taxes. Some of it is for employees. Let's say you have employees. Some of it is, so it's important to properly allocate the income and don't spend money that's not yours. Some of it is like sales tax. You have to pay the tax. Its portion, otherwise you can be in trouble and be charged with heavy penalties. So it's important. So number 5, do everything on your own. Like I said, I understand going your business for yourself, it can be overwhelmed. It can be a lot, and like I said, you are forced to wear many hats. But if you can, at some point, you have to know when to start investing in your business. Meaning, you cannot. Let's say there's certain things you have to hire somebody. You can pay you. Let's say in 1 hour you can do a job. You have your own business. In 1 hour you get paid $500. It may be helpful. It may be to your advantage to just get somebody to answer the phone for you, to set up your appointments, and you pay that person, for example, $20, $30, and then you make money off. You don't have to do everything on your own. Like I said, to start up, I understand it can be a struggle, and the business may not be bringing as much, so that's okay. But at some point, what I'm saying is know when to invest in your business, when to start hiring, when to start delegating work, or when to start hiring people, getting people to help you out on board. You may think you are losing out on money because you have to pay those people, but it can help you and it can free up some space so you can have more time to make your business grow. And I said do everything on your own. Not only it's good to delegate, sometimes it's good to put things on automation. What do I mean by that? For example, you do a job for the invoice. You don't have to keep emailing clients. For example, let's say you have QuickBooks. They can send the reminders automatically for clients, like, hey, you can customize those reminders. You don't have to keep calling, hey, it's been 30 days, you didn't pay me. You can use technology to your advantage. Use them. You don't have to break your head, oh my god, that client didn't pay me, I need to call. Sometimes, yes, you do have to place those phone calls. Yes, you do have to do it, but for the most part, have technology help you out. That's what technology is there for, to make our lives easier. Number 6 is choose the wrong entity. So I have some clients who come to me, oh, I want to do a corporation. I'm like, do you know why? Oh, my friend has a corporation. I'm like, your friend has a corporation, your business is unique. Not because your friend has a corporation. Because your friend has a corporation, that does not mean you need a corporation too. No, you may need a LLC. You may need a partnership. So like I said, it's not because your friend has a S corporation you think you need a S corporation. So your business is unique. So it's important to talk to a tax professional and find out, based on the nature of the business, what you plan on doing, to find the right entity for your business, but not, based on because your friends has a LLC. So it's important. It's not a one size fits all. So it's good to sit with a professional who knows all the business, the pros and cons of all of them, so they can properly guide you to the best entity to choose. Number 7 is to pay, not paying yourself, I should say, or not paying yourself. One thing too, when you have a business, if you don't pay yourself, I see some people, they make money, oh, I'm still gonna reinvest it. That's a good thing. Yes, if you can, it's good to reinvest in your business, but it's also good to reward yourself, because business is doing good. If you don't have the energy or don't have the motivation to you don't reward yourself, you will not be motivated to go make more money. I'm not saying it's up to you, it's your business, but I'm saying most people, they get discouraged. You need to pay yourself. Yeah, I tell clients, so when you make an income, pay yourself a portion, put a portion, maybe 20-25%, I don't know, because it depends on your tax bracket for taxes. Pay yourself a percentage to reinvest. So it's good to properly allocate that income when you make that money. Number 8, numero ocho. So number 8 mistake is not take advantage of all the deductions that are available to you. So yes, it's important to know and speak to, like I said, a good accountant who can help you maximizing your deductions so you can pay less taxes as possible, legally, of course. For example, mileage. If you use your car for business, mileage. Office at home. You own a home, you have an office in your, like you have an office, or you renting a place, you are renting your apartment, there's a section for your office. You can take office at home expense, so all that you can claim it. You take a client to dinner, for example, for a business opportunity, all that you can claim. It's important to claim all the maximum deductions that are available to you. I will try to make another video on all, not all, there are a lot, on some of the common deductions most small businesses miss out on, like good deductions, that can be very beneficial, and they are very common, and they can be beneficial, good deductions, so you can take advantage of. So I'll try to make another video on that. Number 9 is get the wrong advice. Listen to me. It's important. Business is not a joke. A lawsuit can leave you devastated. You lose everything you've been working your entire life for. So it's important. Don't try to cut corners and take advice from your friends who have never had a business before. Sometimes clients say things, I'm like, who told you that? Oh, my friend. How many businesses your friend has? Oh no, my friend don't have any business. He works for that company, but he knows a lot about businesses. I'm like, okay. So just like you wouldn't get marital advice from somebody who's single, from your single friend you met at the corner store. No, your business is important. It's important to invest. Speak to a professional accountant, a professional lawyer, somebody who can really help your business, or who can help you, not just anybody out there who can just giving advice. And remember, if you want something good, you gotta pay for it. I'm not saying there's no free information, but most of the information, sometimes it's good to invest and pay, so you getting proper advice, correct information. Number 10, the last one, it's sometimes to sit and reflect. What do I mean by that? Yes, it's good to be a hard worker, to be working hard, but sometimes it's good to sit down and reflect on your business and see what's working, what's not working. For example, this product is bringing me more, let me focus on that more than wasting my time on something that's not producing, or that's not bringing me as much income. So it's good to sit and reflect. It's not only keep going, it's good and be like, okay, so I'm overpaying taxes here, what can I do? Let me sit to an accountant, see what's working, what's not working, what you need to improve on. There's always room for improvement. So that was number 10. So those are the 10 common advice as an accountant I do see most startup businesses make. When I was making the list, I came up with easily came up with 18 of them, because I didn't want to make the video too long, so I keep it to 10. Let me know if you guys want to know more, and please don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified whenever I post. All right, until next time.